Hey guys, I'm T, and this is From Prison to Reform, back again with some more food stamp nonsense for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this one, but before I start the video, please like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, that way you don't miss any more uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And by the way, I'm still sick, and I'm at the park with my kids, so I figured I'd put together a video. So I hope you enjoy.
All the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November, what did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November. Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly. You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious. You should try it. And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house? There's two of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account?
I made a video the other day about SNAP benefits and the actual balances that people are getting in the month of November. And one of the main comments in the comment section is, why do I care? Again, if you are on food stamps, you're not going to like this video. I care because there's a lot of us out there working 3-4 jobs to make ends meet, and we don't have $900 in our own money to buy groceries for the month of November, or any other month for that matter. So not only this goes way beyond just food stamps, for me anyway. In the state of Wisconsin, we have Badger Care. So Badger Care, if you qualify, let's say you get pregnant, you go into labor and delivery, you have no bill. You have that baby, and then you're on EBT. To feed that baby, you don't have a bill. So the next kid that comes along, you don't have to say, maybe I can't afford this, because you can't afford it because you're on government assistance. Where us average Joes have to pay health insurance, which is not cheap these days, on top of a bill. So having another kid, we gotta pick and choose if that's what we want to do, because we can't afford it. Not only that, these people on Badger Care can go in for any cough, sniffle, whatever they want to, where people on health insurance have to pick and choose on what we're going in for. Am I saying that's right? Absolutely not. That's a health insurance issue. However, it's frustrating because when I go in, if I'm going in, it's something bad. And we got Sally on EBT on Badger Care clogging up the line because she goes in for every cough that she has because it's free. So again, there's no consequence to keep having kids on free healthcare. Why would there be? Not only of these two reasons, the other assistance programs that there, clothing vouchers, utility help, daycare assistance, rental assistance, which none that I receive. So you get all these programs that are helping you at the end of the month. But then it comes to extracurriculars for your kids. YMCA, for instance, if you haven't looked up swim lessons, it's expensive. But you that are on SNAP benefits, get that for a discounted or free rate. But I have to pay full price for that. And a lot of us, at the end of the day, can't afford that for our kids because we've had to pay our bills.
Here's the latest update on the SNAP EBT food stamps for November 9th, 2025. I'm going to be telling you the states that have received the benefits, that have received partial benefits, and the states that have not received benefits so far. All right, and here are the states that have received full benefit: California, New York, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Oregon, New Jersey, Arizona, Minnesota, Connecticut, and Washington. The ones that have received partial benefits are North Carolina, Kentucky, and Illinois. The following have reported they still have not received benefits, and those are Oklahoma, Texas, Indiana, Wyoming, South Carolina, Alabama, Ohio, Nebraska, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, Michigan, West Virginia, Maryland, Massachusetts, and Tennessee. Unfortunately, we do not have any further updates for the other states that have not received their benefits. Follow along. I will keep you updated as soon as I hear something. And please like, comment, and share this post so we can get the word around for those who don't know.
There's many ways that you can commit food stamp fraud, and I'm going to just let you know a couple. One way is by selling your food stamps, where you give somebody $200 worth of food stamps only for $100 in cash. Another way would be selling your food stamps to the stores. Like the stores, they be trying to buy people food stamps so that they can go buy supplies and snacks and stuff for their stores and then sell it for cash. Another way would be using your food stamps to create a business. Like you, instead of you feeding your kids, you making plates and selling them for whatever reason. Lying on your application is another way for food stamp fraud, because you know they only give it to certain people, and for people who can't qualify, they lie on their application just to get it. Also, you purchasing tobacco or alcohol on your food stamp card, and stores that allow you to purchase alcohol and tobacco on your food stamp card. It's a couple people that's buying crack cocaine, weed with food stamps. Like, basically they saying if you're using the government to get food stamps, but you're not actually putting food in your house for you and your kids, it's fraud. You don't need it. It's people out here that actually do need it, and if you're doing that, then you're taking away from the mouths of the people who actually do need it. So I heard this lady finna get 10 to 15 years in prison for food stamp fraud. Apparently, they got proof of who is defrauding the system, and they coming to locking people up. So the ones that be on Facebook and Instagram and all that talk about how you got stamps and how you just did this and this, they're coming for you. Y'all really think that these people don't see where these food stamps is really going? You think they're just giving y'all food stamps and not keeping track? Boy, they finna do a sweep, just like for the PPP loans, just like them drops y'all was doing. A lot of people feel like just because the local police ain't catch them and, you feel me, they ain't went to jail yet, that ain't nothing gonna happen. Sometimes the government sit back and let you do 10 years worth of bad stuff and then bring that rap sheet to the state and say, yo, this is what we want. They've been doing this for 10 years. Give them 10 years. Y'all better, boy, y'all better tighten up. Y'all better tighten up. They cracking down.
As a person that doesn't get food stamps, I just don't give a fuck about this food stamp shit. I don't give a fuck if people sell their food stamps to make money. I don't give a fuck how much food stamps people are getting. Give them the fucking food stamps so they can eat. Like, that is, I don't understand why we're going back and forth and people talking about my tax dollars going here and these people. I don't give a fuck if my tax dollars are going to SNAP benefits. Give the people their fucking food. I just simply don't care about all the hoopla that's going on right now. I don't understand why people are so concerned about who's getting food stamps, what they're doing with the food stamps. I don't give a fuck. Give the food stamps to the people so they can fucking eat. Nobody gives a fuck that we are funding Israel's free healthcare and free college. And we're funding the fucking bombs. Nobody gives a fuck that the corporations aren't paying people enough, so these people are working full time and they have to get on food stamps. Why is nobody thinking about the things that we need to be thinking about? Y'all thinking about the wrong shit.
So last night, while a lot of us was sleeping, Donald Trump has got the Supreme Court to pause giving out full monthly benefits for the month of November. Come on, sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it. So I know last night I made the video that in November everybody was getting full SNAP benefits. That's what it was, y'all. Donald Trump had already put in this pause, to the Supreme Court, and they ruled in his favor for right now, y'all. This is only a temporary decision. They still got other courts. They got to put their input in it. It started with one court saying, yes, you have to pay it all out. Another court was like, hold on, pause. Let's see if everybody agrees that you have to pay it all out. Some people have already started to see they SNAP benefits, and others have not, y'all. Right now, it's up in the air once again because they have chose to pause push pushing out full SNAP benefits for the month of November. I know, y'all. I know the back and forth, y'all. Back and forth, back and forth. It is crazy. Playing with all these people and feeding their children. Y'all, I think it's just an ulterior motive to make people upset, to make people flash out, to make people go in these stores and do stuff that they know they don't got no business doing, so he can declare martial law, so he can stay in office, because he know he's so unfavored at this point that, you know, people ready to get him up out of there, y'all. If y'all see anything in my face, just excuse me. I just got up out the bed. I was trying to comb my hair and get myself together for work, y'all. But as of now, SNAP benefits for the month of November are paused until these courts can get on all in one accord and either agree with Donald Trump or not agree with Donald Trump, pay out full benefits or half of benefits. Right now, everything is up in the air. I will keep y'all posted on information as soon as I get it. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea, but I ain't tea. Bye, y'all.
This is exactly what I voted for. They have caught all fraudulent recipients. I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. Now, we know that this ignorant comment is not true, but I want to talk about who the recipients of SNAP benefits are. And I recently read an article that spoke to people who receive SNAP benefits, and I think it's probably a good reflection of many of the people in this country who receive SNAP benefits. So let's talk about it. Let me introduce you to Latricia. Latricia is 26 years old. She lives in Milwaukee, and she has a 4-month-old baby. Her baby was born with a heart defect. And in order for him to have substance that does not trigger his allergies, he requires a $75 can of milk. We're talking about 1 can of milk costs $75. She relies on a combination of federal programs, including SNAP. She cannot afford that $75 can of milk. And we know from recent experiments that the churches in her area are probably not going to be willing to give her money so she can purchase this $75 can of milk for her son. Now let me introduce you to Julia. Julia is a farmer. Yes, a farmer. She sells fruits and vegetables to small grocers and green markets, and she sells directly to SNAP beneficiaries. Julia is concerned that her business is going to take a financial hit as a result of the end of the SNAP benefits. Julia says that late fall is the worst time to take SNAP benefits away from farmers' customers. That's when little money is coming in, but farmers must spend money to prepare for spring planting. Now, she says that in her town, half the people who buy her produce are on SNAP. And Julia is also a SNAP recipient for herself and her 3-year-old son. She says, and I quote, "My take home at the end of the year already hovers around zero, like many farmers around this country." So Julia is going to take a double hit. She will take a hit financially for her farm and also personally because she may not be able to feed her son because she won't be receiving SNAP benefits. Let me introduce you to Andrea. Andrea was a federal employee, but she was fired in February. And now she is in need of donations for food. She says that she has cut her expenses, including streaming services and ride shares, and she's been forced to dip into her savings. She has been applying for new jobs for months without any success, and she never expected to rely on government benefits, including SNAP. And Andrea said it could happen to anyone in the blink of an eye. And there's Jennifer, who's a customer service agent. She has 4 kids. She's relied on SNAP for the past 2 years. She is working. And there's Larry in Florida. He's 61 years old. He had to retire in 2019. He has some health issues, including having to have a triple bypass surgery. And he is on SNAP. And he says that financially he was able to put some stuff away, but it will definitely provide hardship for him because I won't have that meal that I'm used to having. Then there's Rosie in New Jersey. She has 2 sons. One of her sons is a 7-year-old with autism, and he needs constant supervision. And so she has a very difficult time keeping a job because she has to constantly take care of her son. And she relies on SNAP benefits. She has been looking for part-time work, but right now she's having to depend on a food pantry. They are struggling to make ends meet, and SNAP is one of the ways that they are able to keep their children fed. I'd like for you all to flood my comments with positive thoughts about people who are SNAP beneficiaries. We know that what this woman said is not true. So please share your stories. Please let people understand who SNAP beneficiaries are. I look forward to reading your comments.
The Trump administration has just demanded that states claw back the money that was already released on Friday for SNAP. This comes after a late-night memo was released by the Department of Agriculture, which told states to undo any steps they've taken to issue full food stamp payments for November. Now it's at a point to where they're actually threatening financial penalties if states don't comply to it. Now, I live in a state as New Jersey that already on Friday started issuing all this food money out to people, which more than likely people probably went out and bought the food because they're already, a week into this whole thing, and people needed the money to buy food. So how does this work, and is it even legal? So technically speaking, yeah, technically it's illegal. The Trump administration can claw back that money. Why? Well, because there's a pending case right now. If you remember, on Friday, the Supreme Court kind of gave a temporary stay, giving power to pause the SNAP program. That pause was so that the Trump administration could fight it in court, but keep in mind that some of the money was already released. But the decision to do this came after it was already decided that the Trump administration had to give the money. We're kind of like in that legal limbo at this moment where it's just like, it is kind of up in the air. There is a temporary stay. The real legal question is whether or not the administration can actually change or pause SNAP benefits without Congress. That is actually what states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, New Jersey are challenging in the courts at this very moment. Which I still need to ask, if there's a contingency plan out there worth $5 billion that is put there for this exact reason, why is the Trump administration purposely holding it back and starving people when it's there for this exact reason? Which, once again, people start getting into speculation. Is the money still there? Which I live in facts, so I have to say yes for now until we see otherwise. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, and let me know if you're affected or if you got some of the money and now they're telling you to return it. That's the other question I have for you. So I'll be sure to keep you updated, so please do share my videos and follow me for more.
I am so happy for all the families that receive their SNAP benefits. All the disabled people, all the senior citizens, all the veterans, all the people that received their SNAP benefits the other day. I am happy for you all. Please go feed your babies. Do what you need to do. It's going to all work out. It's going to all work itself out.
I was about to run in really quickly, and this came in my messages. Trump said, undo that. Claw back those food stamps. The states who sent out forward payments, we need all that back. The article, that's, you want them to return the stamps that went out to some of the families that got full benefits. And if they don't, they're going to sanction the states, they said, like charge them fees and fines and things of that, and possibly kick them off of the FDA program or something to that effect. Listen, Trump said, I'm standing on what I said. You're not getting full benefits. You're going to get partial benefits. So they can keep like 30% or 50%, whatever that little portion they were supposed, they can keep that. But they need the rest. They need that balance. Comment down below what state you in, and did you get some stamps?
Okay, I'm going to address this one last time, because I tell you, I am like so over it. But I'm going to tell you 100% I still stand by my video. I'm not going to take it down because it is the fucking truth. And the people that are pissed about the video about food stamps are the individuals who are abusing the system. And you don't like it, You don't want anybody to take it away from you because you're so dependent on the government. And it's disgusting. And that's what people like me are sick of. Not the single mother who works 2 jobs, or the disabled parents, or the retired parents, or anything like that. It's these people that you're seeing on social media that are having babies after baby and got baby daddy living with them, telling the state, he ain't living here, and he's got all kinds of income. Or the one that has baby daddy there and they spend all of their money, whatever money there is, to go buy, extracurricular activities, if you know what I mean. And so if my video pissed you off that bad, maybe you need to take a step back and look inside your own backyard. Yes, I'm Christian, and I know when I die where I'm going. I am not judging anybody other than the thieves. And so if you can honestly sit there and say that you're okay with people stealing, then you're the one that needs to check your Christianity, because it ain't me. I know where I'm going, when I go, and who I'm going to see. So you can take your comments, you can take your whatever, and do whatever you want to with them. I'm not going to reply anymore to anybody's comments. Say what you want to about me. Say what you want to about anything. Leave my fucking family alone. They don't have anything to do with what I have to say. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm opinionated. And I'm going to say it because I'm not scared. So keep spewing your venom. But just remember, if you are having such a hard time with what I said about food stamps, then you are doing something wrong. And you're probably the reason why people are pissed off. Stop screwing the government. Stop stealing benefits. Because that's what's hurting us. Is the people that don't do it correctly. Again, you have anything else to say? I'm not going to respond. Have a good day. And again, remember, one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not steal.
In one of these videos, a guy is saying that Trump is demanding that the states that funded people's food stamps for November, that he is demanding that money back, and that he's willing to pose penalties on those states if they do not comply. Are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with Trump? Like, I'm not political at all, but the way he is trying to be a president now is beyond me. Like, okay, make changes to the SNAP program. Make people work. I think, cap it at a 2-year limit. Whatever you need to do. But to starve 42 million people is wild to me. Wild behavior. 2 judges ordered him to release SNAP benefits to SNAP recipients, and some states has already done that for November, and now he is demanding the states to give it back. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. In my personal opinion, I feel like it's bullshit of the Trump administration to give people their food benefits and then now saying or demanding them to pay it back. Okay, they wouldn't be on food stamps if they didn't need the help. And now you're going to penalize them for receiving their food stamp? How are they going to pay it back? I'm sure they already went and bought food. Like, what is he thinking? He is cruel. Cruel, cruel, cruel. And for him to be a felon, like, I'm a felon, but a felon in office, that is wild to me. And this is probably why they don't want felons in the office, because of things like this. Here there are Trump supporters on my page. Can you please tell me what the hell his deal is and why he is demanding that money back? Are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong with him? Not only starve 42 million people, but then judge orders him to at least release partial or half or 65%. And so that happens. And then now Trump is like, I want that back, or I'm going to penalize states for doing that if the SNAP recipients don't pay that back. What is wrong with him? Like, I'm getting so sick and tired of him. Again, I'm not political at all, but the fact that he's willing to do this, he needs to be fired as president. He needs to be taken out. How is he a felon in office? I have no idea. But they need to bring someone back in because that is just cruel. And in my opinion, like, I'm an ex-con, I'm a criminal, I'm a good person. If I became president, I definitely wouldn't be pulling this shit. But as we know, some criminals are evil. And where he has all this power, he's gonna abuse it or use it to his advantage. And it's disgusting. Like, what is wrong with him? I don't get it. Like I said, I'm not political. I don't really pay attention to him or anyone else, but I do cover these food stamp videos, and so I just think it's wrong of him to not only, one, he had to be ordered to release those funds, and then now he's demanding it back, and he's gonna penalize states if they don't get that money back. What the fuck? Go to jail, Trump. Just go to jail. And as we've heard, I put in several videos in all of these videos I've done how this SNAP program gives back to the economy, helps farmers, small grocery stores, supermarkets, like all of that. Even the video last night, a lady is saying that Walmart's demanding to give people their SNAP benefits because Walmart benefits heavily from food stamp recipients and what they buy. So it's just, so we know that food stamps help. I don't mind making changes to the program, but to take it away and to starve people is cruel. And to say, oh, okay, you could have some of your SNAP and then nope, give it back. That is terrible and rude.